In one story, I'm posting a video of me on YouTube with my feet in the grass, and then the next one, I'm like riding with my bitches window tinted, showing both sides of myself because both sides exist, and I can't just neglect one side and show up as one person because then I'm not really showing up as my full self, and I don't really feel completed. Accepting your shadow side, your mean side, your nasty side, the side that isn't sweet. Like shit ain't sweet on this side. Like why you talking like this? But they don't even know this is me. Like before I was healed. Yeah. What's good, y'all? Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I love seeing y'all here again. Thank you guys for coming back. Thank you guys for sticking with me. Let's get into the video. So I kind of just want to speak about something that I'm currently experiencing on my journey and that I'm learning to navigate, learning to understand a little better, is balancing my two different sides. I'm reading a book called Woman Who Runs with the Wolves. I know I mentioned that in another video, but in this book, I'm learning different aspects of the feminine and about feminine energy. One of the things I've read in the book is about duality and the twins that exist in women. So every woman has two sides of them that exist, and usually they're opposites. So for me, when I embarked on my healing journey, I adopted like this more healed version of myself, you know, a more like conscious version of myself and more self-aware version of myself. And I feel like it led me to neglect the other parts of myself, which I refer to. So my opposites, everybody has their name. It could be sadness and joy, or rage and sour sweet going, whatever. You feel me? I'm a little sour sweet going. The two that I'm learning to balance is my spiritual, my gangster side, my sour and my sweet side. You feel me? So for those of you who don't know, I do make music. I have a music channel, Bunny the Artist, and I refer to myself as the spiritual gangster or just a gangster. Before I became like fully spiritual, I was spiritual, but feel me, I feel like I dived even deeper into it over the last couple years. But yeah, so I refer to myself as a spiritual gangster, but I feel like it's a little confusing now that I started my YouTube channel and I'm allowing people to see a little bit more of myself and open myself up to the world a little bit more. I feel like it's a little confusing to some people because in one story, I'm posting a video of me on YouTube with my feet in the grass, and then the next one, I'm like riding with my bitches window tinted. Like, you feel me? I feel like it's a little confusing because, like, are you ethereal or are you thugging? And of course, like, not that black and white, but I'm kind of learning how to navigate between showing both of these sides of me. And at first, I was scared to show one side because it would be confusing because like I said, I've been doing my music before I even started my YouTube channel. Well, technically I started YouTube before, but TP on that. But I was doing my music before I even came up with my YouTube channel. And I feel like that's another reason why I was a little scared to post my content on my Instagram because they like, what the fuck? Like, girl, your feet's in the grass. I thought you was drilling and first of all, not drilling and killing. But you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the rap is tough. Like, I'm rapping hard shit. Okay? I'm rapping hard. You feel me? And then I'm going outside and hugging trees. I haven't hugged a tree yet, but you feel me? And this is something I was a little ashamed about. I was a little, not even ashamed. Ashamed is not the word, but I was a little embarrassed or a little shy to show both of these sides of me. Throughout this year or so, since I've been healing, I noticed that I only show one side of myself when I show up. So I only show the sweet side. You feel me? And I I noticed that I was also neglecting my twin, the other side of myself. And even through doing mirror work, I realized that I only really look through the right side, really only look at myself in the mirror through my right eye. I never really acknowledged this side of myself. I know this sounds a little crazy right now, but I think it's a symbolism that represents that I'm neglecting this side of myself, this other side of myself, my shadow side of myself, my creative side, and my twin, my opposite, the one that's not so sweet. Like, and I feel like because as women we taught like femininity, feminine energy is soft, it's agreeable, and we kind of neglect that other side of ourselves that has rage. That's not so nice. Like, not every day I want to be nice. Some days I'm mean, and not mean in the sense that I'm a nasty person or I'm just walking around with an attitude and mad at the world. But when I say this other side, I mean the side of me that's not always agreeable, or sometimes I'm a little moody, sometimes I'm a little aggressive or more assertive, and just sarcastic. Like all of these sides of me get to exist without me just having to show up as this one ideal of myself when really there's just so much more of me that exists. That's what I mean when I say mean, not like nasty and just having an attitude. I was neglecting the shadow side of myself because I thought that, oh, if I only focus on the light and the positive and the good and the sweet, then that's what this journey is all about because that's what I'm working towards. But I'm realizing now that it's really about accepting all of yourself, accepting your shadow side, your mean side, your nasty side, the side that isn't sweet. Like shit ain't sweet on this side. And you know what I'm saying? And like the people who meet me, like who met me since I started this healing journey, they think I'm just this sweetheart. And sometimes when the other side slip out, they're like, who the fuck? Who, like, why are you talking like this? But they don't even know this is me. Like before I was healed, yeah. Yeah. And that's okay. Like I'm learning to feel comfortable with showing both sides of myself because both sides exist and I can't just neglect one side and show up as one person because then I'm not really showing up as my full self and I don't really feel completed in who I am because I feel like I'm missing a side of myself because I'm not acknowledging my twin and or I'm not acknowledging the other side of myself. I'm not acknowledging my shadow side. I find it crazy that I realized I was never really looking at myself through the left side, and the right side of the brain, which is considered the creative side, is what controls the left side of your body. If I'm not acknowledging this left side of my body, I'm not really looking through my eyes in this side, and I'm not really like, I realize I favor this side. Every time I take a picture, it's to this side. I'm always favoring this right side, and it symbolizes I'm always favoring one side of myself and not acknowledging this side of myself. And I just find it kind of ironic that it kind of symbolizes in a way too that I'm not really acknowledging my creative side. I'm not really diving as deep into my creativity as I could be. And I'm not really maximizing what I could be doing with my creativity. I feel like I'm suppressing it in some ways. And just like in some ways I'm suppressing one side of myself. So I really just created this video to kind of let you guys know something that I just realized. And hopefully as I continue to acknowledge this side of myself, I continue to learn more about what that means for me. I will share that with you guys. Maybe this is just a video that sparks something in your brain to make you realize that you're not acknowledging certain sides of yourself too, or maybe you're not acknowledging your shadow side as you continue on your healing journey and you're only showing up one way and it's not really as fulfilling as it should be and could be because you're not showing up as your full self. Yeah, that's all I really got for y'all today. Thank you guys for popping in, checking in, and kicking it with me again. And as always, I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah.